Hello, and welcome back to the Bordeaux Show, and it's Hilltop Tower Chats, as I like to call it. I like to come here in the nature, in the ancient history. Actually, it's pretty new construction. It's not ancient, but in the style of an old Habsburg tower, I suppose, to chat with you, the viewer of my channel. This is an update and getting to know each other video, I guess. Where I like to introduce myself as without the Bordeaux character, just me. My name is Agagi Makatsaria, or Ago for short, because I understand some people my name is a bit complicated. And I like to make stuff, especially around history and mythology. Make stuff, and learn stuff by making stuff. So this is what my current channel is built around. I have actually been trying to start my own YouTube channel for about 9-10 years, but as an on and off idea. But thankfully I got a confidence and mental boost to actually start this year, I guess, well, last year. I've been trying to do it about 7-8 months now with more dedication, and I hope you've enjoyed what I've made currently and what I'll make in the future. So, those to tell you about. Currently, most of my videos are about armor. Here we go, one of my construction chachkani, and its construction. I will keep making this style of content, but I would also like to expand with other fun ideas. Hopefully my viewers, you guys will appreciate it. Problem is, first, one of the hardships of making historical recreation and armorcraft videos is that, one, it takes a heck of a long time to make, as you can imagine. Making each, yeah, I'm gonna get closer here, making each individual links here, as you might watch my previous video on mail armor and its construction. It's quite a laborious and time-consuming hobby or profession. Difference between a hobby and profession to me is you getting paid, and unfortunately part two about making armor is money. Metal, especially in Eastern Europe, during the unfortunate historical fact that Russia exists and currently is invading Ukraine, one of the main producers of metal in the region, iron and steel especially. I assume you have heard about Azov steel factories, where most of Eastern European metal is being produced. If you've noticed that a lot of armor makers are from Eastern Europe, is because that factory and others like them in the region produce relatively cheaper metal. But unfortunately, as of right now, it's been bombarded into non-existence, and prices for metal and other items were quite expensive before, and they are much more expensive right now, and that creates a lot of difficulties, as you can imagine. And another fact is that with money it takes a lot of time and dedication to make this stuff, aka I'm not making other things or working on other projects to make money. It was a big financial investment for me to buy leather and steel and iron and bronze and copper and other metals, which are really expensive. I was hoping first that my videos would become popular faster, but I understand it's a niche topic and audience in this field needs more time to grow. One of my bigger hopes was that I could sell the armor I made, but unfortunately, Georgia, the country that I'm from and am in, really loves history theoretically, as in, oh, how it's great in theory. but helping out and financing and buying and supporting hobbies and historical recreation and saving lost arts like constructing Caucasian style of mill plated coifs and stuff like that isn't very financially stable career. Let's just say that. We love our history, but unfortunately, Eastern European country, small Eastern European country, is not that financially capable of sustaining such hobbyists and history enthusiasts as myself. I'm not stopping making this kind of videos. One, because I've filmed a lot of stuff already about the light armor series that I'm making right now, about other topics. I think after the summer, I will still be making, I have still some materials left behind, but it's a ticking clock because I have limited amount of supplies left of iron, of leather, of belts and other doodads and whistles, and I'm currently not making money making this stuff, and I can't afford to buy more material. So this is just heads up in the future. If I get money, especially hopefully out of YouTube, and hopefully maybe I get some orders or someone will rent it, or I don't know what will happen in the future. But as it stands, I will slow down my armor making videos, and I think I'll round out all the types of armor that I really wanted to talk about, such as heavy metal, heavy, light, and medium style of armor that is popular in the pop culture. Hopefully, in the future, I could continue making more detailed stuff about more specific time periods, not just general. Here, look at male armor. I'll go into like details like this style of male and that style of stuff like that. And also, I would also like to make more general audience focused videos with this is really niche topic that only few history and armor enthusiasts will appreciate. And if I want to grow my channel, I need to broaden my horizons, let's just say that. And I actually have a lot of plans in the future, because armor making isn't my main passion. I'm not Akko the armorer, Akko the fuck arounder and finder outer, as I like to refer to myself, because I also like to draw or craft other things, learn about history, mythology, and stuff like that. Actually, the first plan of making a YouTube channel for me was to make about animation and movies and filmmaking. First, I started out making short films when I was 16 years old. I made, and before then, I made a couple of short films for festivals. And I decided, oh, there's YouTube, let's make stuff for that. But I was not as socially. I'm still not that social. So to make movies, I thought you needed actors. Apparently, you do not need actors and anyone else but yourself and a couple of your friends sometimes to make, I hope, interesting content. And decided to learn animation. Learning animation took years, and I have one really hard conditions, disabilities, curses, if you will. One is I have crippling ADHD. ADHD is exactly the reason why I'm making armor, because one day my brain told me to make every type of armor ever made, and I couldn't help myself and make them. And here we are. And I'm also a struggling perfectionist. Struggling perfectionist, as I want to be a perfectionist, but I can never achieve it. And one of the difficult reasons why it took me more than 9 or 10 years to actually put more this type of videos. I've made a lot of videos, but more broadly appealing videos, is because I had the perfectionist mindset. If it wasn't perfect, if my animations weren't like Studio Ghibli or like Disney level, it's not worth sharing with other people. Or if my films or movie reviews or stuff or the other isn't high quality, I'm not worthy enough to share with the audience. So apparently I am. Hopefully I am. Hopefully you, the viewer, are appreciating what I'm making, and I am really appreciating that you are watching. I'm genuine about this. I'm always genuine with this kind of things. So hopefully I overcame my brain bugs that were basically past 9 years. I've been making films and making animations and making art, but my perfectionist brain is preventing me to actually release them and finish them, and my scattered ADHD brain is not letting me focus on one thing to actually perfect it. And that has been the struggle for most of my life, but I'm trying to overcome this. And hopefully in the future I'll be making different style of content. One of the contents that I want to focus on is that I'm in Georgia. I'm one of the few genuine patriots. I'm joking around, of course, but I really want to share my Georgian and Caucasian culture in general, because I, as a history fan, as a general history fan, I think you guys are really missing out, not knowing about cool stuff that's been going up here in the mountains. And I would like to start series talking about world history through, let's say, Caucasian and Georgian point of view, because there are a lot of different nations in the Caucasus, and a lot of different peoples have their own personal viewpoints. And I'm not an expert on every other. I'm barely knowledgeable about my own people's history, butterflies. And I really hope that what I make will be interesting for you guys. And one of the forms I want to tell my country's history is first mythology and ancient archaeological history. One of the first topics I want to talk about, because there's a whole discussion about what is the true mystery of Caucasus and what are the people that reside there, and there's like mythology aspect to it. Like, I really love mythology, and there's a whole Indo-European line of mythology and Eastern, Near Eastern, Western Asian mythology, and different cultures mixing, and all of them are leading to the conclusion that Caucasus is the origin place of a lot of peoples that we know have grown to be the dominant nations of the world. And the mythology and history talks about some mysterious topics that lead back to the Caucasus. And I really want to get deeper into that topic, such as Prometheus mythology, or let's say the Argonauts, or the biblical Ararat mountain where Noah's Ark stopped, and how humanity actually originated from this area, and Tower of Babylon might be here, and here it is, the broken Tower of Babylon. Of course, I'm joking, but there are a lot of mysterious topics connecting to the Caucasus, and one of the ways you can see through it is mythology. Mythological enthusiasts love to talk about Proto-Indo-Europeans and their secret mythology, and they've reconstructed it by combining this and that and blah, 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 blah. Dude, Caucasians, we're here. We still believe in Caucasian mythology is still alive. You know the Proto-Indo-European mythology? Yeah, we Caucasians are Proto-Indo-Europeans, and we still practice different types of rituals, and mythological narratives still survive to this day in North Caucasus and in South Caucasian nations as well. And I want to talk about this mystery and history, and I hope you will appreciate it. And of course I want to also talk about general history and pop culture, because I'm also a huge mythology, not just mythology, but fantasy nerd, and I would like to share my opinions on that. And I try my best to make a unique style of content that there are other style of YouTubers that make similar content as me. I will not hide that I am inspired and take a lot of knowledge and information from other YouTubers in this field. I try to bring my own flair. Going into the hills, hopefully it doesn't rain. God protect me. Going into the mountains and going into seeing cool castles and dressing up in armors that I made and talking about some noteworthy and looked over parts of history, because one of the things that I can personally full-heartedly judge or criticize other historical YouTubers is that they all have Western biases, as they obviously have, because they're from the West and are equated to Western viewpoint of history. And I'm trying to bring like not just Eastern European and Caucasian history, but also Near Eastern and Eastern, maybe even African, because in an ancient culture such as Georgia, we're connected to all of them, and I had to learn world history just to know my own. Lucky Americans just have to know their own little 300-year-old history. Well, me, I had to learn 12,000 years of history just to get a glimpse of understanding of my own people. Ow, ow. I'm joking, of course. I hope the other content I make will be interesting to you, my current viewers, and to future viewers, which I really, really hope to get, because I'm putting a lot of effort into these videos. Of course, there are a lot of ways I can improve, getting better camera, getting equipment, learning editing much better, getting clips, but all of those unfortunately cost money. Even the clips and audio tracks, you have to buy those things or face the wrath of copyright strike. And that's it, I guess. Is there anything else before storm comes in and ruins all my existing equipment? Well. Of course, I'm very grateful for you watching. I'm very grateful for your support, for liking my videos, for commenting, for sharing, for subscribing. It genuinely means a lot to me. I really hope storm doesn't hit while I'm crawling down from this hilltop, because I'm not I know how much I struggle for you guys. I am on the edge of the city, literally. There's only fields behind me and I'm really high up in the hills, and I have to crawl down from this hilltop, face wild dogs and, even worse, actual shepherd dogs that live here, and get home safely. All right. Hope this wasn't a huge bore. Hope you understand where I'm coming from. And let's hope for the future. And hopefully I'll make cooler stuff, because I really want to make cooler stuff. I want to take you to cooler castles. Like, yes, Georgia is a tiny country and we're poor and stuff like that, but we have a lot of history. We have a Neolithic ancient monuments, older and greater than, I don't know, I wouldn't say pyramids, but greater than Stonehenge, I guess. We have castles over castles over castles, thousands of towers. But to get there, I need finances, but not a lot of finances, just a bit that I hope I will get from YouTube, but I don't know. Hopefully in the future the audience will grow. If you want to help with that, share it with communities and people who will appreciate my kind of videos, and subscribe, not just for the videos that I already made, but the future videos that I hope will interest you, about mythology, about history, about pop culture, fantasy, and stuff like that. Thank you, genuinely thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it, and take care. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. All the wind and go. Do, 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 do.